We played this game called Maplestory, right, when we were young, and there were a lot of the game itself had its own economics. So some items were more rare, you can sell it for more expensive. And then if you are good enough, you can actually earn some money in Maplestory, the game itself. So do you think when the time the time when you were playing Maplestory, the all the skills that you have learned on Maplestory, did you actually use any of the what you've learned in Maplestory through the merchandising and the economics in it, uh, the things you learn in there, do you apply it in the business that you do?
Okay, actually, I think that's an excellent question that I was trying to link up as well, because I guess like the big part of this entrepreneurship is through this game, like what Jin Xiang said, Maple Story. Because back then, I guess there are two methods of earning in this game. It's either you grind very hard and get the Maple Story currency, which they call mesos, and each monster that you fought, right, there's this meso back being dropped out. So this is one way of earning money, or the other way is through buy and sell of equipments. Okay, so this is the fastest way of earning profit. So of course, back then when I just started out, I stick with the first method of earning mesos, which is through fighting monsters and drop a few thousands mesos. So a few thousands mesos, it may seem a lot in a real life currency, but it's very, very little in this Maple Story game, this RPG game. So I decided to try the second method, which is to earn money through buy and sell.
Mm-hmm.
So when started out, I was seeing other successful players, selling equipments, buying scrolls, buying rare items, okay, in general. So I was
Mm-hmm.
asking them, what are their secret, why are they so rich? Okay,
Mm.
because I also want to be a good player back then. I want to be rich. Okay, I don't really care about having a high level. I was chasing for good equipments. So in
Mm-hmm.
order to get good equipments, okay, my thinking is that I can't be spending my time fighting monster and earning the mesos, because that will take many, many years, even many hours of sitting in front of a computer to fight all the monster and get all the few $1,000s, as compared to
Mm-hmm.
buying and selling things.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned this trick, buying and selling things, from many players in Maple Story. So it's not just one or two players you gain the experience, but it's through many people that you make along the way, many friendships. Some people are willing to teach you the secrets, not really secrets, but it takes time and experience in learning on how to trade, buying equipment, selling equipment, because you have to go to the market to understand, what are the prices of certain equipments, and you really have to put in the due diligence to do your market research.
Mm-hmm.
So likewise, it applies to the real life scenario of businesses. You have to know what you are selling. If you price it in a very I would say a very differently, like as in if you price a product very differently as compared to the market, no one will buy your product. So likewise, this game helps me to understand, what is market research and what is the demand in the market. Okay, so likewise in the game there is fate, there are more rare items than another. Why? Because the demand is higher. Okay, let's say because in the game, Nightlord, which is basically the most played character in the Maple Story, people wants to go for equipment that Nightlord equips with. Okay, so these Nightlord equipment are often very circulated in the market. So you would want to concentrate equipments that cater for Nightlord as compared to getting any equipment that caters from all other jobs that has no demand in it. So this is why Nightlord equipments are so expensive. So I learned to get all these, Nightlord equipments at a very low price and sell it at a high price at a later point of time. So Maple Story works like a stock market as well, because there are times where there are higher supply than demand. So the price will drop. So you can keep the equipment first. So when there are lesser supply and higher demand, there's an increase of price. So you hold the equipment for a certain time period of time, and when the demand rises, you sell it away. So it's kind of like a stock market and how businesses work. There's a buy and sell in the process. When there's a supply, there's a demand, and likewise, when there's a demand, there's a supply to it. So this is my biggest takeaway in Maplestory and how it kickstart my entrepreneurship. Because, of course, the eccentric purpose is not to always earn money, from businesses. It's also the passion to buy and sell and the negotiation process. It's a process that actually makes me very interested in this world of entrepreneurship, and this is why I've started Renetics itself, because I'm someone that actually suffers from it, and I feel that my mission and company goals actually aligns with what I wanted to do for the people of the community lah. Correct.
Okay. Maybe now you can tell your mother that playing games wasn't a waste of time, because
I
you
mean,
got
certainly it
it.
doesn't so there's a lot of factors to it, but of course, don't be too addicted to it lah.
Okay. Um,